My name is Reggie Thomas. I'm the Director of Jazz Studies at Northern Illinois University. And the workshop you're going to hear today is dealing with reading rhythms, or maybe more appropriately, pronouncing rhythms as opposed to counting them. When we pronounce rhythms, we actually deal more with the articulation of how our rhythm sounds and remembering that for reading later. Music does not reside totally in the field of mathematics and science, but so much of how we teach it lives there. And we need to reframe how we teach it and understand that we can also come from the side of language. So imagine that you see eighth note, quarter note, eighth note, right? So we have two beats of rest, then an eighth note, and a quarter note, and an eighth note, right? What we commonly do as music teachers is say, read or count. That's the word we'll use a lot. Count that rhythm. And I have been known now to actually point to that rhythm and ask students, how do you pronounce that? And they look at me and say, what? How do you pronounce that? So if you think about it this way, when we count rhythms, it is akin to the same process that we use when we sound out words. If I were going to read this and I read learning, stay and, no, stay, stand, and then don't. Of breaking every word down like that all of the time. We don't actually read like that. How do we read? You ever thought about this? Mostly, we understand it in context. We see the first letter, how many letters there are, the end, and then we fill in the blanks with what we know. We remember that when I see that, this is this. So if I take that approach to rhythm, and I understand that there's a way that we pronounce eighth, quarter, eighth. I'm not always counting that. I can look at it and read it. Does that make sense? Eighth, quarter, eighth, say it for me. Do, did, dot.
Do, did, dot.
Nope. Do, did, dot.
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 Thank you, that's getting closer. Now, if I ask you in our pronunciation of that, what was the longest note? Say it again, go. Do, did, dot. Again, 2, 3, go. Do, did, dot. Again, 2, 3, 4. Do, did, dot. Now don't think about what we have been told about quarter notes and eighth notes and whole notes and half notes. Think about what you just said. What was the longest syllable that you said? It wasn't did, it was do. So in my pronunciation of that, what I'm actually getting to is not just what the rhythm is, but what the articulation and the sound of that rhythm is. And now, when I see that in context, I'm not counting that when I read music. I see this is that same word, just like the, when I saw it before. A lot of the preliminary work that I'm doing is exactly what we just did with the do, did, dot.